All right, friends. Well, I did say one of my goals for this year was that I wanted to spend more time in the underground, but I wanted to do that in a bonus capacity. So here we are. First bonus video of the year. Basically, my plan is going to be the weekends that we're home. If I have extra time to record, that's when I'll do my bonus videos. So today, I'm going to hit up Navy Blue, the Sword and the Soaring. I'm a little bit behind on this one. This came out November 11th of last year, so I'm about 2 months behind. Heard great things. So I wanted to check this one out. Navy Blue, underground for sure. Spotify, what's he at? He's about a little over 400,000 monthly listeners. So I would categorize that as underground, but doing pretty well underground-wise. I have no idea what to expect. I'm walking in 100% blind. This album is 16 tracks, 44 minutes. So kind of a bunch of quick ones. Lots of 2-minute songs, a couple of 3-minute songs, but for the most part, all these songs are pretty short. Curious about lyrics. The people who have told me to check this one out, they've really said, Bob, you're going to love the lyrics on this one. As I was setting up, I realized, I noticed, each song has its own picture on Genius. I don't know if that's intentional or not. I don't know if that matters or not, if that's by artist direction. Who knows? I don't know. The cover was kind of neat. It's got this stone man in the water, and it's kind of funny because he's got this straps around him, but he's a stone man. And he's got a sword on his hip, but then in the background there's these birds flying. So the Sword and the Soaring. You might hear that. Also, I've got the dishwasher's going, and the battery is charging, so you might hear a little bit of stuff in the background. Hopefully when the music's going, it's not too much. I did do a sound check earlier, and I couldn't really hear much, but hopefully there's not too much. Right now the dishwasher is doing its drain through the vent, so you might hear that. Let's get into it. First track is called The Bloodletter. Navy Blue is the artist, of course. The producer is Chris Keys. This is 2.5 minutes, dropping into The Sword and the Soaring. Here we go. Track 1, The Bloodletter. Sounded like a katana right there, didn't it? And here's a picture of a katana with blood in the snow.
Story of the bloodletter, the stake of hate which I was untethered, taught me how to love better. Every time I write, it's like a love letter. Thoughts start to flow in erosion from where the flood measured. We didn't die, we saw the sun set. Ra and Sek met. The cross and intersection at the solar plexus. Sunday morning on the intercom, alarms ring a sepsis. This inner calm a gift through resurrection. You don't gotta die to live again, we on demand. To fall asleep or fall against the wall of Solomon. I'm shedding light on all that's bottled in, it got a stench. I caught a whiff of death in moments I would call intense for all intents and purposes. Face of stone and known lament. Gazing at the mirror ain't the place to vent. Lacerations come and go, the affirmation claim his lips. Spoken in a tone of life, I needed this when I was 6.
I like that little
I needed this
bit right there from the production.
I rise from out the spot that such a power died. My light source projecting, I don't cower at my shadow size anymore. War within me swarmed in all directions, pulled till I was torn. I got 20 more years to mourn, and many more tears to give, many more years to live, and plenty more fears to face. The need to see it all erased will falsify the truth innate, illuminate my darkest hours. Living in the fumes, it's not a waste. I got a higher power, ascending in a tower. Sifting through the clouds, it ain't clear what isn't ours. The voices get louder and echo through the chamber. Mama didn't raise no coward, I can alchemize the anger. Alternating angles, my counsel full of angels. Jesus born in Palestine, the baby in the manger was a novice. Find solutions for the problems when in danger. They will always have the prophet to be slain first. The same surrender on the stained earth. Trust being full of shame hurts. The chicken or the egg, whichever came first, it don't matter. Watch the bottom of the hourglass as sand gathers.
Watch the bottom of the hourglass as sand gathers. Oh, it just rolls right into track 2. Okay. Okay. I'm going to do my best to dive into lyrics on this one. I mean, that's why I'm sitting down with it. But I will say, to begin with, there's a lot of shit that's going right over my head. Let's go through it all. Story of the Bloodletter. The stake of hate, which I was untethered, taught me how to love better. Every time I write, it's like a love letter. Thoughts start to flow, an erosion from where the flood measured. That part, an erosion from flooding, obviously that's pretty straightforward, but I wonder if on the double meaning side, in terms of like the stake of hate, which I was untethered, taught me how to love better, if the love eroded away the hate, and if it was like a flood of hate and then love eroded it away. I don't know, but I wonder if that's what he's getting at there. He didn't die. We saw the sun set. Ra and Sekhmet. I think these are both like gods from Egyptian, like ancient Egyptian times. I'm not positive though. To cross an intersection at the solar plexus, Sunday morning on the intercom, alarms ring of sepsis. So that sounds like a hospital setting. This intercom, a gift through resurrection. You don't gotta die to live again. We on the mend. So I wonder if he got like sick or something. I wonder if he got sick, if he was in the hospital, it was pretty bad, and in this experience something changed. I don't know. That's my guess. I'm gonna make a lot of guesses. I have no idea. There's no annotation, so we're just gonna go with it. To fall asleep or fall against the wall, a solemn man, I'm shedding light on all that's bottled in. It got a stench. I like that. All that's bottled in, like all the things that we're keeping up inside, that we're hiding maybe from ourselves, the things we don't address, they start to rot, it starts to infect us type of a thing, whatever these ideas, emotions, past traumas, whatever, right? I caught a whiff of death in moments I would call intense, so that could maybe link up to some sort of medical issue that he had. Maybe, again, lots of guessing. For all intents and purposes, face of stone ain't known to men. Gazing at the mirror ain't the place to vent. Lacerations come and go. The affirmation claim his lips. Lacerations come and go. The affirmation claim his... And so, I mean, this is almost like think of like sticks and stones may break my bones, but words can never hurt me. The opposite, I'm going to, lacerations come and go, but affirmation can maybe lift a person up. Claim his lips, make somebody smile. I don't know. Guessing. Spoken in the tone of life, I needed this when I was 6. And he repeats that. I needed this when I was 6. I don't know. Interesting though. I rise from out the spot that such a power died. My light source projecting, I don't cower at my shadow's size anymore. My shadow, so with light projection and shadow, I mean, that's a very, very visual thing to understand, but I'm also wondering too, I don't cower at my shadow's size anymore. That makes me want to go back to, I'm shedding light on all that's bottled in. If you cower from your shadow, if you cower from the things that you're afraid of that exists within yourself, there is a thing called, the shadow self, Carl Jung, and all that kind of shit. The things that you despise, that you don't want to acknowledge, these attributes that you have that you try to hide from. Maybe that's what he's talking about. My light source projecting, I don't cower at my shadow size anymore. Maybe. Lots of maybes. This will be the maybe video. War within me swarmed in all directions, pulled till I was torn. I got 20 more years to mourn, and many more tears to give, many more years to live, and plenty more fears to face that need to see it all erased. Will falsify the truth innate, illuminate my darkest hours. Living in the fumes is not a waste. I got higher power. Ascending in a tower, sifting through the clouds, it ain't clear what isn't ours. The voices get louder. Here, I don't know. I have no idea what to make of this. An echo through the chamber. Mama didn't raise no coward. An echo through the chamber makes me think of the term echo chamber. But I don't know how to place that within whatever context is going on here. I can alchemize the anger, alternating angles, my counsel full of angels. Jesus born in Palestine, the baby in the manger was a novice. So there is an annotation here. What does this say? Oh, it just says Free Palestine. Sure. Sure. Good luck with that. It would be nice, wouldn't it? It sure would. Sure would be nice. Found solutions for the problems when in danger. They will always have the prophet to be slain first. The same surrender on the stained earth. I wonder, with this whole Palestine, well, I don't want to get sidetracked with the Palestine thing, but I was wondering if the whole thing is about that, but I don't know. Trust, being full of shame hurts. Yeah. The chicken or the egg, whichever came first, it don't matter. Watch the bottom of the hourglass as sand gathered. Okay. There's track one. Maybe I got 10% of that. Let's go to Orchards. This is track 2, produced by Child Actor. Also, Bloodletter, with the picture of the samurai sword. I don't remember what it's called, but apparently the swords have like a certain groove in them so that when you stab someone, the blood can flow out. I don't know how true that is. I hear that, but I've never looked up to see if it's a real thing. And I mention that because I'm looking at the picture for Orchards, and it's a picture of the snow imprint there, and a bird snatched up some poor critter for sure. All right, here's Orchards, track 2, produced by Child Actor. Huh. It's pretty. Oh, wow. Oh.
God doesn't make it too hard for those who seek. Now I'm moving so slowly through this river grief. Sun setting in the west, rising in the east. He anointed by the north, opposite his feet. And postcards that I sent from the depths of me. Fled from hellish ways to heaven fleet. Fortune child, life was scorching like the fire of my destiny. I used a stepping stone to step aside desperately. It's circumstantial on this scale of fairly measuring. Plus it's hard to fill the shoes of who you never been. The way I'm spilling blood is medicine. And simultaneously menacing. The pendulum required on the other end. I acquired what my mother sends. The stretch of shadow that I'm up against.
I like the little, I was going to say the little breakdown of production there.
The light meaning my brother near. The forecast of his youth last 100 years. Downpour of his rain wasn't nothing clear. It was literally opaque. Little me was up late, watching life curve bend, trying to get his soul straight. He don't break. How much a heart of gold weigh? In the wake of what I lost, fell asleep to live a dream of mine, diminishing his wants. There's limits to it all. It's a dissonance at play since I've been peeling layers off. I can feel the air of God sitting pretty in the fog. Candlelit, his animism leading free of cost. Deities and gods leading me to learn who I affect and what I caused. Leading me to learn who I affect and what I caused. Take a look at all that's happening. In this wicked world, you hunting or you gathering. Life's tapestry is tattering. Find beauty in the darkness that we battling.
Cool production. I like Orchards. I like Orchards.
Kept it bottled in. We was dealt so many losses that we gotta win. Kept it bottled in. We was dealt so many losses that we gotta win. Kept it bottled in. We was dealt so many losses that we gotta win.
Oh, and it fades too. That's kind of interesting. So there's a couple elements I'm noticing here. 2 tracks in, there are moments where he repeats his lyrics, and I think it's for effect. I think it's on purpose. So on the previous track, what did he double up on? I forgot. I already forgot. That's good. That'll make it harder to make my point. But here, leading me to learn who I affect and what I caused. leading me to learn who I affect and what I caused. And then the outro is kind of fascinating too, because kept it bottled in. We was dealt so many losses that we got to win. But then he says that 4 times and it's fading out. And it's almost like, okay, we got to, like the idea that we have to win now, or we have to win eventually. But then the fading out to me makes me feel like the eventually never comes. It's just more losses being dealt. Maybe. But let's go through all these lyrics here. God doesn't make it too hard for those who seek. Now I'm moving so slowly through this river grief. Sun setting in the west, rising in the east, he anointed by the north opposite his feet. The postcards that I sent from the depths of me fled from hellish ways to heaven fleet. Fortune child, life was scorching like the fire of my destiny. I used a stepping stone to step aside desperately. I like the rhyming structure there. But I'm quite lost as to what it means. It's circumstantial on the scale, unfairly measuring. Pretty good. Plus, it's hard to fill the shoes of who you've never been. The way I'm spilling blood is medicine and simultaneously menacing. The pendulum required on the other end. I acquired what my mother sets. The stretch of shadow that I'm up against, in my defense, I love it here. I love the dark because the light, meaning my brother near. The forecast of his youth lasts 100 years. Downpour of his rain wasn't nothing clear. It was literally opaque. Little me was up late, watching life curve, bend, trying to get his soul straight. He don't break. How much a heart of gold weigh? And this is annotated here. Here's the annotation. It's kind of interesting. Even good people with a heart of gold still have struggles and things that weigh on their conscience like everyone else. What gilds the heart is integrity and responsibility. Okay. In the wake of what I lost, fell asleep to live a dream of mine. I feel like his brother died. I don't know if that's true. But, you know, I love the dark because the light, meaning my brother near. The forecast of his youth lasts 100 years. But a forecast doesn't mean that's what's going to happen. That's just what's projected, right? Downpour of his rain, nothing clear. And then you get in, you know, in the wake of what I lost, I fell asleep to live a dream. But I don't know. The way this guy writes is very difficult. It's very esoteric. I love that word. Any chance I get to use it, get to use it, I'm very excited. Diminishing his wants. There's limits to it all. It's a dissonance at play since I've been peeling layers off. I can feel the air of God sitting pretty in the fog. Candlelit, his, and I can't pronounce that, animism, leading free of cost. Animism is a belief system that ascribes every object with an innate spirit that drives its actions. This is a theme that recurs in Sage's discography, okay? Deities and gods leading me to learn who I affect and what I caused. Leading me to learn who I affect and what I caused. Take a look at all that's happening in this wicked world, you hunting or you gathering. Life's tapestry is tattering. Find beauty in the darkness that we battling. I don't know on this one. I don't know. It's over my head, unfortunately. Beautiful production. Cool style. Kind of like that song. Put a heart next to it. Hopefully, know what's going to happen. This album's what, 42 minutes, 44? My poor brain is going to be melted. After 14 more of these, I'm going to be fried. All right, let's go to 3. It's called God's Kingdom. The producer is Gray Matter. Drop it into 3. God's Kingdom. Oh, wait, hold on. I fucked it up again. Here we go. All right, here's actually 3.
Do you remember when living was an obstacle with such a temper? Navy blue to reassembler. Cause I resemble what my father bare within his center. I remember January to December in 06. This the closest I'ma get to getting better. Shoulders fell, I shed the feeling, not disheveled. You gotta rise to feel the fall of autumn weather. I get it. I settled on a prize, I find leverage. Every level got a lesson for a nigga. I'm just a star within this galaxy, I think bigger. With my vision, tears blurry up the eyes of my intentions. Apply pressure, that's what I felt for my whole existence. I'm the one who needed healing. I bore the brunt and shared the weight, I'm his apprentice. I'm not alive as I remember, I was 5 maybe. Since my Uncle Carl died, I can't cry lately. Then my Aunt Jerry passed, I flew to Grind City. I was out on Beale Street with my cousin Reggie. Early morning out to Coldwater, Mississippi. Where my family got land, descendants of many. Uncle Weldon and my grandma still living. My gratitude is forthcoming till they come and get me. Get me. Get me.
I want to touch on a couple things here. Well, maybe I just finish. Let's just finish the song, and then we'll go through all the lyrics.
What I'm providing is a snapshot in time still. Attained a lot, but I got much more to find still. Nowadays, I shine a light on what I gripe over. Overzealous in the messages that time heals. No getting over, getting through it, pride in my will. Run riot, I was quiet in a bind still. Got about that, silence what I found. I was bound to repeat life cycles in the now.
After he says that.
Anyhow, I was fixing for a change. Just to look up in the mirror, see my image is the name I was given on arrival. The marvel of survival. Nothing is surprising, I'm deprived of my depression. El Cesar, surrender, light beacon. Truth seeking, many sepals at my nerve endings. Every Jekyll has a hide for the right reasons. In the subtlety of tides, I found my vessel leaking. Stood in front of my demise and took a bloody beating. Pleading to recognize I got what I was seeking the whole time. Exceeding the very lines of my rigid thinking. Holding on for dear life to my couple secrets. Self-care a birthright, loving me precedes it. God's kingdom. God's kingdom.
And it just dumps right into the next one. These songs do not relent. It just dumps right into the next one. Some themes are starting to stick out a little bit. So I'm thinking about the album cover. You know, every Jekyll has a hide for the right reasons. Just to look up in the mirror, see my image is the name. He talked about, you know, looking into the mirror to the vent. I don't remember the lyrics now. What else? In the subtleties of tides, I find my vessel leaking. The cover with the stone man in the water. Basically, what you're hearing is a bunch of like just non-coalesced thoughts that are starting to like ping. And I'm hoping as time goes on, all this kind of starts to swirl into something. But we're getting repetition again. He was talking about his ancestors at this point, but like his aunt and his uncle, his dad, you know, talking about my gratitude is forthcoming till they come and get me. You get me? You get me? And I like whoever wrote these lyrics. I like that they put a question mark at the first one because it does feel like Navy Blue is trying to hit, hey, do you get what I'm saying? But then the second one, I don't know, maybe it's just because I'm reading it this way, but it almost is like also him saying to them, you get me, come get me, type of a thing. This is interesting. It's very difficult to decipher. Let's go through all the lyrics. Here we go. Do you remember when living was an obstacle with such a temper? Navy blue, the reassembler, 'cause I resemble what my father bare within his center. I remember January to December in 06. This the closest I'm gonna get to getting better. Shoulders fell. I shed the feeling, not the shovel. You gotta rise or feel the fall of autumn weather. January to December in 06. Shoulders fell. So I think of a shovel as in like dirt for a grave. But I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. Gotta rise or feel the fall of autumn weather. And that I almost feel like is like a metaphor for the meaning of life, like the different seasons of life. You got your spring is when you're born, and the summer is when you're full of life and exuberant, and the fall is you're starting to get a little older and slow down, and then the winter is the end. And so kind of like the idea of rising up over your own fall of your life, but I don't know. I'm just grasping at straws there. I get it. I settled onto the prize of find leverage. Every level got a lesson for a person. I'm just a star within this galaxy. I think bigger with my vision. I feel like that links to the previous track where he was talking about leading me to learn who I affect and what I caused. I feel like there's a relation there. Kind of the same concept. Tears blurry up the eyes of my intentions. Apply pressure is what I felt for my whole existence. I'm the one who needed healing. I bore the brunt and shared the weight. I'm his apprentice. And I'm wondering if he's still talking about his dad. Talking about, because I resemble what my father bare within his center. Like feeling like his dad's apprentice. Maybe he feels like he has to carry whatever his dad stood for. I don't know. We went from maybe to straight up, I don't know, in 3 songs. I'm not alive as I remember. I was 5, maybe, since my Uncle Carl died. I can't cry lately. Then my Aunt Jerry passed. I flew to Grind City. I was out on Beale Street with my cousin Reggie. Early morning out to Coldwater, Mississippi, where my family got land, descendants of many. Uncle Weldon and my grandma still living. My gratitude is forthcoming till they come and get me. What I'm providing is a snapshot in time still. Attained a lot, but I got much more to find still. Nowadays I shine a light on what I gripe over, overzealous, and the message is that time heals. I kind of like that a lot, overzealous, and the message that time heals. Because to me, overzealous, I attribute that to being kind of like in a hurry or maybe impatient or come on, let's go, let's get this done. But the message is that time heals and you can't speed up time. You can't speed up how long it takes to heal from something. No getting over, getting through it, pride of my will, run riot. I was quiet in a bind still. And then here the production drops out. It goes quiet when he says that part. Got about that, silence what I found. I was bound to repeat life cycles in the now. Anyhow, I was fixing for a change just to look up in the mirror, see my image is the name. I was given on arrival the marvel of survival. Nothing is surprising. I'm deprived of my depression. So here, God, this is like really complex. Got up at that, run right. I was quiet, in a bind still. Okay. No getting over, getting through it, pride of my will. So maybe he was too proud to admit he needed to heal from something. He went quiet, but was still in a bind. Got about that silence. Or got about that silence what I found. I don't know. Jesus. But then you finally get to a point where I'm deprived of my depression. So whatever it was, he's now deprived of that. I don't know, and I'm not gonna. I apologize, but
no, that's fine.
Unless you're gonna come sit with me, yeah. Please don't distract me. Truth seeking, many I don't know what C-pulls on my nerve endings. I don't know what the fuck that. Every jackal has a hide for the right reasons, and the subtleties of tides. I find my vessel leaking. That one's interesting too, because the subtlety of tides, I feel like that's another association with things that happen slowly over time. Stood in front of my demise and took a bloody beating, pleading to recognize I got what I was seeking the whole time, exceeding the very lines of my rigid thinking. Holding on for dear life to couple my secrets, self-care, or birthright, loving me precedes it, God's kingdom, God's kingdom. I feel like I almost get it, as I go through it like really slowly, but I sure as fuck couldn't explain it. It's almost like just going through all of this suffering and all of this pain and all of this not wanting to face something and maybe just get it over with, but then also at the finally just getting to a point of realizing there's nothing to really figure out. Like it's just, it is. Maybe. I fucking don't know. Let's go to 4. This is kind of cool though. It's called Sunlight of the Spirit. I'll back it up since it did drop in. Child actor is the producer. Cool picture with like the cloud here because it does look like almost an angel or something. Here we go. Here's track 4, Sunlight of the Spirit. Oh, I like the little flute bit there.
I'm sitting in the sunlight of the spirit. This life too beautiful to hide what I'm feeling. In the dark spoke a whisper that God only hearing. This life so beautiful I cry when I feel it. I cry when I too much of this, too much of that. A touch of death, a touch of wrath. Was in the future, in the past. How long it's all gonna last? You won't know if you don't ask. Can't see the wings on your own back. Can't fly through a slow track. Childhood trauma make you grow fast. Heading home where the sun sets. I learned that karma is a roadmap. All the air that my lungs get, I say the heart is where the home at. Not the one to pick a bone.
I like this one.
Busy picking apart your own shit. I wonder how far is closness when we dealt pain and dose sunlight of the spirit.
Yeah, I like this one a lot.
This life too beautiful to hide.
That little touch of flute is great.
Spoke a whisper that God only hearing. This life so beautiful, I cry when I feel it. I cry when my only task to learn to grieve. The past will burn a hole in me. I learned to love the whole of me. And then I find my soul at ease. Safe travels to you, Captain. I know you watching over me. Peace, I can only wonder what it all really means. From a boy to a grown man, felt the pen alive in his own hand. And it's hard for me to own all the tears I done shed for my old man. Took my purpose to the seaside, and that's my worry to a slow dance. You could look me in my 2 eyes and see that I've only known a lone chance. Sunlight of the spirit.
I like this one.
Life too beautiful to hide what I'm feeling. In the dark spoke a whisper that God only hearing. This life so beautiful I cry when I feel it. I'm sitting in the sunlight of the spirit.
So here we go, another set of repetition.
Beautiful to hide what I'm
That's a theme in this album, it seems like. It's just saying something again. Now I know it's a chorus, so maybe I'm overthinking it here, but
beautiful, I cry when I feel it.
I think there is something happening with repetition in this album. So his dad has passed. Well, maybe not. Maybe not. So this annotation where it says safe travels to you, Captain. I know you're watching over me. It just says rest in peace, Ka. But I don't know why it says that. I don't know the relation between these two guys. Anyway, so let's go through these. I'm sitting in the sunlight of the spirit. This life too beautiful to hide what I'm feeling. In the dark spoke a whisper that God only hearing. This life so beautiful, I cry when I feel it. Too much of this, too much of that, a touch of death, a touch of wrath. Was in the future, in the past, how long it's all gonna last. You won't know if you don't ask. I love this line. Can't see the wings on your own back. Oh, so good. So good and so true, you guys. So true. We have no idea how much we can help other people. Just these little subtle things in life, man. You have no idea how much it can mean to other people. So you can't see the wings on your own back. Can't fly through a slow track. Kind of like that too. I mean, this is more of a chill. The whole thing's been pretty chill out, but yeah, sometimes you just gotta take it slow. Go easy. Childhood trauma make you grow fast. Heading home where the sun sets, I learned that karma is a road map. All the air that my lungs get, I say the heart is where the home at. Not the one to pick a bone with, busy picking apart your own shit. I wonder how far is closeness. Won't be dealt pain in doses. I like the line, I wonder how far is closeness. Good wordplay. Just kind of a fun thing to ponder. Verse 2, my only task to learn to grieve. The past will burn a hole in me. I learned to love the whole of me, which is great. I like that. Then I found my soul at ease. Safe travels to you, Captain. I know you're watching over me. Peace. I can only wonder what it all really means. From a boy to a grown man, felt the pen alive in his own hand, and it's hard for me to own all the tears I done shed for my old man. I turned my purpose to the seaside and asked my worry to a slow dance, which that is important. Ask my worry to a slow dance because, where is it? You can't fly through a slow track. So it's taking it easy, taking your time, going slowly, essentially processing your worries, I suppose. That's what I take away from that. You can look me in my two eyes and see that I've only known a lone chance. One thing I'm starting to notice too with the writing is the way I'm reading stuff and the way I'm taking it in. I'm trying to take it in on a more literal side of things in terms of the language, and really I think as I go through some more of these songs, it feels like he's doing more of like metaphors and something like that, and instead of writing directly, just writing with a metaphor and then letting the metaphor, the meaning of the metaphor, be the language, if that makes any sense. So reading it like word for word in a literal mindset makes it very difficult, but if you flip around and read it as what the metaphor is saying, not what the words are literally saying, then it starts to make a bit more sense. I like Sunlight of the Spirit quite a bit. That's a good one. I love that little bit of flute in there. Good stuff. Challenging from a lyrical point of view. Hard to figure out. All right, this is track 5. I don't know how to say it. Guardadas, I guess. I don't know. Child actor is the producer. It looks like they'll say the word here at the very beginning. Dropping into 5. Here we go.
Save me from the wrath of myself. Lift the mast and ask for some help. Don't crash, just fasten your belt.
Great line.
Broke in, but the message intact. Every lesion a necessary lesson. Windless and when the air at my back.
I like this one too. This is
Felt
great.
love, too scared to enact it. So I dug through the crust with a fraction. Look up, every star breathe magic. We'll connect in the next, God willing. For the lonesome and our hurt children. Learn from the home that you built.
Beautiful shift in
Cold
production
nights
there.
in the warmth
Beautiful
of my
shift.
ambitions. I just want a little peace and some recognition. What's missing is the designation of my coexistence. Breathe slow, but he steadfast. I awoke first, went to bed last. When my head hurt, hope what it said last. Forever, all I need is a zip-up sweater. When a path in her lap with a past endeavor, all the glitters ain't gold or treasure. I'm just grateful to know that I'm better than I was. Every hug was a tether.
I love
Let
this
it go,
section right
I've
here.
grown through the
Production.
measures. I was told that above was a heaven, that below that I known was a nether. I'm a shepherd with a scepter through the desert like a bedouin. And I was blessed with my acceptance when God enters.
Yeah.
Fear exits.
This is great. This is my favorite one so far. This is my favorite one.
I'm saved. I'm sage. From birth to the grave. Saved. I'm saved.
Again, lyrical
saved.
repetition.
From birth to the grave. Saved to the first handprint in a cave. Measured every left turn in a maze. I'm sage. From birth to the grave. Sage. Saved. I'm saved.
This is great. That's a great song.
Sage.
Beautiful song.
I'm saved.
I like that we get to hang with it at the end too. It's so like elegant and delicate. Yeah, that's a great one. That's my favorite so far. Guardadas. I love this line. Don't crash. Just fasten your belt. Just fasten your belt. And I love that because basically there are times when we're going to crash, right? And so it's not so much about avoiding the crash because, yeah, you want to do that. But sometimes the crash is unavoidable. So you fasten your belt to survive, to handle the crash as well as possible type of thing, right? Like that, I love that line because it's such an appropriate mindset, in my opinion, such an appropriate mindset for some of the shit that happens in life. And you just, here it comes. Okay. Here it comes. The best we can do the best we can do. You know, you can't avoid it. You can't, it's just sometimes life just brings it to you and that's all there is. Let's go through these lyrics. Beautiful song. This is my favorite so far. Save me from the wrath of myself. Lift the mask, then ask for some help. Fucking A, man. Fucking A. You know, the lifting the mask, ask for help, like, you know, take off this thing of pretending like everything's fine and it's all okay, like, and just ask for help. And that being the wrath of your own self, right? This wrath of not allowing yourself to admit that you need help, not allowing yourself to admit that you're suffering, that you're having a hard time, right? Like that mask. It's just, it being phrased as a wrath is pretty fucking great. Don't crash, just fasten your belt. Broke in with the message intact, every lesion a necessary lesson. Wind, listen when the air at my back. Felt love, too scared to enact it. So I dug through the crust with a fraction. I don't know that. Look up, every star breathe magic. We'll connect in the next, God willing. For the lonesome and the hurt children, learn from the home that you built in. So he has made reference to, at one point, like childhood trauma or something like that. So this feels like another hint at that. For the lonesome and hurt children, learn from the home that you're built in. And I feel like if I was going to go anywhere with that in terms of what that means, especially if we're talking about childhood trauma, you know, learn from the mistakes of your parents, learn from the mistakes of the home that caused you to feel so hurt and so lonesome so that you don't repeat the same mistakes, so that your home won't have hurt children and lonesome children. Cold nights in the warmth of my ambitions, I just want a little peace and some recognition. What's missing is the designation of my coexistence. Breathe slow, but he's steadfast. I awoke first, went to bed last. When my head hurt, hope is what is said last. I don't know. Forever, all I need is a zip-up sweater when the path interlap with a past endeavor. All that glitters ain't gold or treasure. I'm just grateful to know that I'm better than I was. Every hug was a tether. Let it go. I've grown through the measures. I'm just grateful to know that I'm better than I was. Every hug was a tether. This could go a lot of different ways. Every hug was a tether. This could be, you know, a tether to the past. You know, every hug to people who are gone. It could be a tether to, you know, getting out of this darkness. I don't know. But I do like the line, I've grown through the measures, because measures can be a, what's measures in music?
That is
how much it moves or whatever? It's not. Is it? It's not a timing
a-
thing, is it?
It's a section.
A section. Okay. And so, in music, a measure would be a section of music. And so the idea of an artist saying, "I've grown through the measures," is kind of a cool way of saying I've grown through the music. Maybe.
Through this like time period.
Yeah. Right.
Through this-
Right. And so a double meaning. I was told that above was a heaven, that below that I know it was a nether. I'm a shepherd with a scepter through the desert like a Bedouin. I don't know what that is. I was blessed with my acceptance. When God enters, fear exits. Saved. I'm saved. Saved to the first handprint in the cave, measured every left turn in the maze. And that last line, the annotation talks about it, but I was thinking the same thing too. Like if you're in a maze, if you just put your hand on the left wall and go, eventually you'll get out. Eventually you will get out. Good shit, man. I like that one. That's my favorite so far. Let's go to 6. It's called My Heartbeat. Producer is however you pronounce that word. That's the producer. Here we go. Dropping in a 6. My Heartbeat.
I know exactly what this one is like. It's tight, inexplicable. This is like them photos. This is like the photo where the figure hardly noticed. It's so low, so frozen time, the southern poles glow nowhere. Memory done shook them like a snow globe. Corpse, we shut the door closed. 4 feet, a few souls, a couple under tombstones. Death is not a mystery. To skip, repeat, or choose slow, you know. Necklace made of bones or worn by brute holes. Deathly shadow scoring to cast a new road, a clue shown. Cruising through this life, rebuke my few hopes in due time. Question marks would often end a new line. True crime, copper made the nickel blemish 2 times. 2 dimes, 2 times 2. Held his grasp and caught a look and claimed that you mine. Told me mind your business, nigga. In the finer print his image, try to find your image. Redefine his grimace, we collide in vicious light. Ain't no telling if this is right, it depend what way of time. Spirits playing with my sister life, I raise the sword. I am not defined by who I'm living for. The crux is where the embers glow and spark the mysticism's source. I'm sorting through this existential war. Scorpion cut the deepest lines up in the board. Chisel getting worn. Sharpness of the tool to get this riddle born. Visions of my riddance had to grip the horn. I'm holding on. It's a choice, you gotta choose. Troubles in this empty world. I travel through the catacombs. The universal boulevard. Meteors are massive shards of glass. My body half is large. The
I have no
dome
idea.
with battle scars and on my arms.
No idea.
It was always in the cars.
Oh my God.
Dealing with this trauma, I was self-harm. Calling out for mama. There I met God. Nothing really mine. Everything is ours. Nothing is infinity. Every single star shatters out a point. Creation of it all. The meeting of my joints. The mystery of loss. The world gon' turn. And ciggies get tossed in the wind. With everything
This
I put
production's
out,
so
I keep a
odd.
little
I kinda like it
every
now,
single
though.
cookout, the smiling of you can. And every single lookout, the sky is the largest. With everything I took out, I pray I don't harden. Get ready for the harvest. Caught between a bullet and a target. It's navy blue, the marksman. Can't call it.
I like this one. It's odd. And it's very confusing, but I feel like that's the whole point. Huh. Trippy. So I feel like this song is a great example of expression through music because it's called My Heartbeat. And that production is very odd and kind of anxious and tight and off kilter and just kind of bumpy. And just imagine that as your heartbeat. And not even necessarily your heartbeat, but just your heart. These these jarring shifts and this, the drums drop out at the end, but when the drums just kind of this constant like up level, and just this tension, this uncertainty, this uncomfortableness, and just tight heart, stress. That's I have had that. I had that before years ago. I actually got it checked out. Went to the doctor and everything, EKG and the sonar fucking thing and all the stuff, and they said your heart is fine. Your heart's fine. And I ended up talking to somebody, and they were saying, asking me questions, this and that, and finally they're just like, it's probably stress. You're just stressed, and they were right. And in a way, it's kind of nice to know that, because now I use it as a physical marker. Like if I start feeling that sensation, I go, oh shit, stressed out. And then I can at least be aware of that and try and exercise different things to calm myself down. Let's go through these lyrics so you can see me be probably the most confused I've ever been in my entire life. This is like them photos. This is like the photo where the figure hardly noticed the solo, so frozen. Time the southern poles glow nowhere. Memory done shook 'em like a snow globe. Corpse, we shut a door closed. 4 feet, a few souls, a couple under tombstones. Death is not a mystery to skip, repeat, or choose slow, Necklace made of bones and worn by brute hose. Deathly shadow scorn to cast a new robe, the clue shown. Cruising through this life, rebuke my few hopes in due time. Question marks would often end in new lines. True crime. I feel like that's one line I can understand. The idea of questions would often end in new lines, as in as you ask questions, as you seek to learn and understand more, what you end up finding is you just have more questions. It ends in new lines. You answer this question and now you've got more information, but that additional information branches off to more questions and so on. And then the true crime is essentially being you can never learn it all, right? There is no real true answer, in my opinion. This is a line immediately after that. I have no fucking clue. Copper made a nickel blemish 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. Oh, 2 times 2 dimes. 2 times 2. No idea. No idea. Held his grasp and caught a look and claimed that you mine. Told me, mind your business. I'm a finer print. His image trying to find your image. Redefine this grimace. We collide in vicious light. Ain't no telling if this is right. The pen will weigh a ton. Spirits playing with my sister's life. I raise a sword. I am not defined by who I am living for. I feel like I get that, but I can't explain it. So maybe I'll try to explain it. Spirits playing with my sister's life, I raise a sword. I'm not defined by who I'm living for. The pen will weigh a ton. No, I can't explain it. You see, we just give up right there. Just fucking gave up. Now, you win, Navy Blue. You win. The crux is where the embers glow and spark the mysticism soars, sorting through the existential war. Scorper cut the deepest lines in the board, chisel getting worn. Sharpness of the tool will get this riddle born. Which, that makes perfect sense, because this tool is not sharp at all. It's very round and dull and dumb, which is why I cannot solve the riddle of these lyrics, right? That's right. I'm using the wrong tool. If I had a smart brain in my head, I could solve the riddle of these lyrics. Let's read this annotation. The sharper Navy's lyrics, the more he gets people to think. This is true, except his lyrics have become so sharp that I can't think anymore. So take that, Navy Blue. You were wrong, weren't you? You thought you were going to get me to think. Instead, I'm having a fucking mental breakdown because I'm too stupid to get it. Oh, shit. This is fun, though. Quite fun. Visions of my riddance had to grip the horn. I'm holding on. It's a choice you gotta choose. Troubles in this empty world. I travel through the catacombs. The Universal Boulevard. I really like that. Meteors and massive shards of glass. My body half as large. The mask of doom with battle scars. And on my arms, it's always in the cards. Dealing with this trauma, I would self-harm. Calling out for mama, there I met God. Nothing really mine, everything is ours. I love that line. Nothing really mine, everything is ours. And I take that to mean there is no you, me, that, this, the other. It's all one. That's how I interpret that. Nothing is infinity. Every single star shatters as a point, at a point, creation of it all. The meaning of my joints, the mystery of loss, the world gonna turn as ciggies get tossed in the wind. With everything I put out, I keep a little in. I like that too. At every single cookout, the smiling of your kin. At every single lookout, the sky is the largest. With everything I took out, I pray I don't harden. Get ready for the harvest, caught between the bullet and the target. It's navy blue, the marksman can't call it. Caught between the bullet and the target. I almost feel like, the target is where I'm trying to be, and the bullet is who I am, and the space between the two is the distance I have to travel as a person to reach my goal. Maybe. And so, if you're caught between the bullet and the target, maybe you're neither you or your goal, or along the way because you feel the separation from the bullet. I don't know, dude. But all of this crazy shit that I just read, that doesn't make any sense to me except for like 2 lines. Remember, again, it's called My Heartbeat. And the production is just this odd, tight, jarring, uncomfortable experience. And all this gibberish that goes with it. Gibberish. But I mean, sometimes the best way to explain the stress that you're feeling and how it affects you physically is I can't explain it, I'm not having a heart attack. My heart isn't exploding. I'm not like, I did get my blood pressure yesterday or the day before, whenever it was. 125/79, very good, with a resting heart rate of 54. So the nurse was very impressed. She's like, "Oh, good, you're doing good." It's all that running, kids. Been going for runs. I gotta go again today. Although it's cold outside. And I don't like running in the cold. I have learned that. I don't like running in the cold. Okay, let's keep going. How far are we? We're an hour in and I've done 6 songs. So it's about 10 minutes a song.
How's your brain?
What brain?
Yeah.
Don't worry, there's only 10 more songs left.
Do you want a soda?
No, actually I'm doing okay.
Do you need to do some stretches?
Right. Need to smoke some weed. Then it'll all make sense to me. All right, here's 7. It's called The Tale of Truth. The producer is Foisey. Dropping into 7. Here we go.
I woke up yet again. My story known to never end. My feathers weight is dense. Through the chains and spirit said to dance. My feelings came and went. I couldn't reach if I was lent a hand. My cycle will advance. I can't recall my own recant. This running sand. I'm too overwhelmed to understand. Been hurting so imperfectly. I'm leaving it to chance. Sleight of hand. Fight, flight, or fawn. I'm frantic. Every disadvantage is an answer to my antics. Post panic.
I like the shift here in
I'm
production.
forced to manage. My law of averages say accidents will happen. Batten down the hatches. My additions to this damage. Find an adage and get at it. I know peace is worth attaining. I just know I gotta have it. I know growth the slowest magic. How to cope when it get tragic. I'm afloat when I get anxious. Cause I'm holding all this anguish. And I'm toning down the voices. Trying to rid me of this patience. Cause I am my own assailant. Living life, no one said it isn't painless. I get shaky as my aim gets when I cannot retain a gift. I am not the same, I've seen it change and felt the blame lift. Some of it remains, I found it waiting. This is Exodus. Joyous how I claim my civil reign. I choose to reckon with. I'm fending off the flames of such an angst. I gotta go through it. My soul don't have a name, it's just a frame that I am in. And speak of silence when it's quiet. On the rise, I gotta dive within. I held the scorching fire closer than I'd like to. Every night I lie awake and dream of what I'd like
this
to.
one.
Ain't no telling when I had them feelings what I might do. Out of sight gloom, your sun is fine, you know how life do. It knock you down to pick you up above whatever held you. Because them shaky grounds that we renounced are what we fell through. Just to know you're not alone, and that so many felt you. And now I know I'm not alone, I tell the truth.
I like this one. I like this one a lot. Good production, great lyrics. I can understand it. all the things I like in a song, right? I like some of these songs. The production's been kind of pretty experimental, and almost hard to even discern a beat loop in a sense. And this one, it feels like it has a little bit more of like an ascending beat structure, and so it's a little bit more structured like a song. Let's go through these lyrics. Some good shit. I woke up yet again, my story known to never end. My feathers' weight is dense. Through the chains and spirit said to dance, my feelings came and went. I couldn't reach if I was lent a hand. Love that. I couldn't reach if I was lent a hand. My cycle will advance. I can't recall my own recant. And that is so good. So good. Because it's both I can't remember, but I also can't unsay what I've already done, in a sense. And especially with the idea of recanting, because he's had some, there's lots of religious themes in this album so far too. So if you recant your faith or your beliefs, but then you can't recall your own recant, you don't remember that you did it, or you can't unsay it. I like it. I like that. I think it's well done right there. I'm too overwhelmed to understand. Well, I know how you feel, sir, as I go through your lyrics. But at the same time, I feel like, I joke about it, but I feel like that's perfect for this kind of album, especially the way he writes and what it seems like he's writing about, maybe the passing of his father and some childhood trauma and trying to grow through it and trying to be a better person, feeling frantic about it, impatient. Like, there is an overwhelming element to the attempt of understanding the things that he's talking about in this album. Been hurting so imperfectly, I'm leaving it to chance, sleight of hand. Fight, flight, or fawn, I'm frantic. Every disadvantage is an answer to my antics. Post-panic, the shame and guilt I'm forced to manage. So after he has essentially these panics, apparently he's feeling some shame and guilt over this panic, or I don't know. My law of averages say accidents will happen. Batten down the hatches, my additions to this damage. So that kind of ties into the don't crash, just put on, fasten your safety belt or whatever. That kind of adds into that. Find the adage and get at it. I know peace is worth attaining. I just know I gotta have it. I know growth is slow. It's magic. How to cope when it gets tragic. I'm afloat when I get anxious because I'm holding all this anguish, and I'm toning down the voices, trying to rid me of this patience, because I am my own assailant. Great line. Great line. All this shit that's swirling around, and to have the presence of mind to go, it's me. I'm doing this to me. I am my own assailant. Love that line. Living life, no one said it isn't painless. I get shaky as my aim gets when I cannot retain a gift. I am not the same. I've seen a change and felt the blame lift. Some of it remains. I found it was waiting this exodus. Joyous how I claim my civil reign I choose to reckon with. I'm fending off the flames. It's such an angst. I gotta go through it. My soul don't have a name, it's just a frame that I am in. Speak of silence when it's quiet on the rise. I gotta dive within. I held the scorching fire closer than I have liked to. Every night I lie awake and dream of what I'd like to. Yeah, I can connect with that. Laying awake at night with the thoughts just going. Ain't no telling when I had them feelings what I might do. Out of sight gloom, your sun is fine, you know how life do. It knock you down, it pick you up above whatever held you, because them shaky grounds of that we renounce are what we fell through. Just know you're not alone, and that so many felt you, and I think this is a typo. I think it's supposed to say, and now I know I'm not alone, and tell the tale of truth. I think this is a typo. I like that one. This is crazy. Like, this is intense. But it's, in its intensity, I feel like it's capturing also the intensity of what he's been going through. And I think a lot of us, it's pretty easy to connect with ideas of lying awake in bed and feeling worried and feeling frantic and having these thoughts and trying to quiet them down and then feeling guilty for thinking about this or worrying about, I feel like that's a pretty easy thing to understand. Let's keep going. The track 8 is called Fight On. The producer is navy blue. What an interesting picture here, because it's just a piece of wood, but look at the shape here, right? Looks like an angel with wings. Pretty fascinating picture right there. All right, here we go. Track 8, Fight On.
When I was fast asleep, I saw the past alive, the sun's reflection in his passive eyes. Tears as well and resembling everlasting cries reveal the fruits of my labor from digging past the rhyme. I'm a 9 like his cat lies, pantomime, praying for the life in which I fantasize, can't manage mine. The construct I deconstruct, I reassemble time. I felt some hellish lows and heaven highs. Everything I think I know I'll set aside. Karmic balances, the debt is mine. If I'm inclined to do my best, and that's the lesson I was meant to find. Free from out the stillness of a statue, I ain't petrified. Turning back the hands of time. Reprimanded, then he landed in the present blind. The loss of sight was just a symptom of his covered eyes. In the event of your demise, we sung praises. A mother's love to lift me up from days of hung faces. My heart pumping, but it isn't done aching. Grieving for eternity and learning how to make sense of it all. The message urgent, but who said it calm? The wind whispered as the sand falls from out his palms, forming a forever bond. From dawn to the nightfall, love is what we fight for, it's lifelong. I can only chew what I can bite on. The only time I'm heard is when the mic on. If you're caught in your darkness, I'll leave the light on. Right on the mark, the measure's off as start, but I'll fight on. Fight on.
Another repetition in lyrics right there.
From dawn to the nightfall, love is what we fight for, it's lifelong. I can only chew what I can bite on. The only time I'm heard is when the mic on. If you're caught in your darkness, I'll leave the light on.
Yeah, that's a good one too. Fight on. Quick too, 2-minute banger. And it dumps into 9. So again, lyrics are repeating. I know this isn't huge. I know this isn't, maybe I'm even reading too much into it, but there's almost every song has had a section where he says it twice. And this time he says, fight on twice. This is my favorite line from the song right here. The loss of sight was just the symptom of his covered eyes. So it's not, oh no, I'm blind. It's, oh no, I'm blinding myself. Great. That's just fucking great. Let's go through this whole song, man. Oh, jeez. What a cool album. When I was fast asleep, I saw past alive. The sun's reflection in his passive eyes, tears as welling, resembling everlasting cries, reveal the fruits of my labor from digging past the rhyme. I like that. Reveal the fruits of my labor from pit digging past the Rhine. It's a 9 like a cat's lives pantomime. Praying for the life of which y'all fantasize. Can't manage mine. That's something I kind of went through once a couple years ago. Work was really, really, really stressful. And I was thinking, oh, maybe I should move up, because it was being offered to me. Well, not necessarily offered, but some people were talking to me like, hey, you could move up to this position. We'd love for you to do that, blah, blah. And, it'll take a little bit of time, a little bit of training. Okay, sure, fine. I was like, yeah, okay. Yeah, that sounds good. And then a couple months went by and I realized I didn't want to move up. The job that they were describing to me and kind of offering to me was not something I was interested in. But instead, what I was trying to do was get away from the current stress I had in the position I was in. So praying for the life of which y'all fantasize, can't manage mine. That's what it was. I really just couldn't really manage the situation I was in. So I was just trying to flee that situation. And I'm glad I backed out of it, because if I would have taken the other position, I would have been more miserable, because it's a bunch of work that I don't want to do. It's a lot of meetings and shit like that. I don't like doing that. So that lands for me right there. The construct I deconstruct, I reassemble time. I felt some hellish lows and some heaven highs. Everything I think I know, I'll set aside. Karmic balances, the debt is mine. I love this one too. If I'm inclined to do my best, then that's the lesson I was meant to find. Freed from out the stillness of a statue, I ain't petrified. Turning back the hands of time, reprimanded, then he landed in the present, blind. The loss of sight was just a symptom of his covered eyes. I feel like this whole bit, if I'm inclined to do my best, then that's the lesson I was meant to. I feel like this is more of an acceptance of, I'm doing my best, and we all, you can kind of take this idea of, striving for something, wanting to do something and wanting to do it well, and maybe you come up short from what you wanted to do. But if you really did as well as you could, that's the best you can do, and there you go. So it feels like this is like an acceptance of his own capability. Freed from out the stillness of a statue, I ain't petrified. Landed in the present blind, loss of sight was a symptom covered his own eyes. In the event of your demise, we sung praises, a mother's love to lift me up from days of hung faces. That's pretty good. My heart pumping, but it isn't done aching. Grieving for eternity and learning how to make sense of it all. The message urgent, but who said it calm? The wind whispered as the sand falls from out his palms, forming a forever bond from dawn to nightfall. Love is what we fight for. It's lifelong. I can only chew what I can bite on. I like that too. That's a great, my grandfather used to say, how you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. And so that I like a lot, because it takes that concept of, just one bite at a time, but also you can only chew on what you can bite on. You can't fix things that are out of your reach. So just fix what's in front of you. Chew on what's in front of you and chew on it one bite at a time. That's it. The only time I'm heard is when the mic is on. You're caught in your darkness, I'll leave the light on. Love that. If you're caught in your darkness, I'll leave the light on. So I feel like I'm really starting to get it. As difficult as it is to get it, I'm starting to understand the album. About halfway through, this man's just wrestle with emotion and trauma and processing it and understanding it and giving himself patience and tolerance and focus on love. I mean, it's a lot. But that is what's going on here. That is what's going on here. Let's keep going. Track 9 is called Kindred Spirit. It's produced by Child Actor. Quick one, another 2-minute track. Dropping into 9, Kindred Spirit.
Whichever way the flame go, the rain go the other way. It's some things that hurt to understand, like my brother Fate. One thing about me is I'm grateful for it all. A couple fleeting thoughts as spirit pleading, heed the call. I'ma pray, mama chanting, echo through my being. This is mountainous enchantment. Granted, I'm living how I figured I would be when I was frantic. Mania, unmanageable panic. My reality distorted, views skewed, eyes slanted. Fast forward, look where I landed. I'm in the present moment, writing this enchantment. I've only ever known the ways to sway, I found the answers. Loving me was difficult, but loving me the standard. My anger was an anchor, what to do with all the clamor. The fire speaking to me, embers glowing like some amber. I miss my little sister, I wish I had a little peace of mind that I could hand her. I love my life, I learned to love the plight of me and mine. Readily available to needlessly decline. I don't need nobody help with the famous words of mine. Turning back the hands of time is too laborious to dig. Took a warrior to climb from the black woman rib in the womb a human thrives. Give thanks, we alive, we live in the reward. For a martyr, no surprise, we live and give thanks, we alive. Give thanks, we alive. Give thanks, we alive. We live in
again,
the
repetition.
For a martyr, no surprise. It's no surprise.
That's a good one. Kindred Spirit's a good one. Let's go through them all. Whichever way the flame go, the rain go the other way. It's some things that hurt to understand, like my brother's fate. One thing about me is I'm grateful for it all. A couple fleeting thoughts as spirit pleading, heed the call. I'm a pray, mama chanting, echo through my being. This is mountainous enchantment. Granted, I'm living how I figured I would be when I was frantic. Mania, unmanageable panic. My reality distorted, views skewed, eyes slanted. Fast forward, look where I landed. I love that. All this panic and mania and fear, but look where I landed. So what the fuck was I worried about? That kind of a thing. I'm in the present moment writing this enchantment. I've only ever known the ways. This way I found the answer. Loving me was difficult, but loving me the standard. My anger was an anchor. What to do with all the clamor? And the clamor, I was thinking about like armor, but I don't know why. But I think about somebody wearing armor, and when they walk around and move around, it's all, bang, 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 all that kind of stuff. But I don't know why I was thinking about armor. The fire speaking to me, embers glowing like some amber. I miss my little sister. I wish I had a little piece of mind that I could hand her. I love my life. I've learned to love the plight of me and mine, readily available to needlessly decline. I like that. I don't know why I like that, but I like that. I like the idea of just always being available to say no. I don't need nobody help or famous words of mine. Turning back the hands of time, it's too laborious to dig. Took a warrior to climb from the black woman rib. In the womb where human thrives, give thanks, we alive. We live in the reward of a martyr, no surprise. We live and give thanks, we alive. Let's click on this. Between the release of Memoirs in Armor and this album, rapper Ka passed away. Okay, so maybe we get some insight on this Ka thing. Ka and Navy Blue have worked together a number of times, one of which was on Ka's song We Living, Martyr, off the album A Martyr's Reward, which I have not heard yet. That's going to be the next Ka album I listen to. This is likely a reference to that, but could also be a more general reference to the concept of a martyr's reward. Yeah, good shit, man. This is cool. And, I do agree with the annotation though, especially because I don't know much about how much he and Ka worked together and stuff like that, but it's called Kindred Spirit. Kindred Spirit. You know, and here's a guy. Ka writes very differently from how Navy Blue writes, but clearly this is another artist, Navy Blue specifically, who cares about the art form and writing and all this stuff. And so definitely Kindred Spirit. So I think the annotation is correct in it's a nod toward that song that they did together. Keep on rolling. This is track 10. It's called If Only. We got multiple producers, Shungu and Malik Abdul Rahman, dropping into 10. If Only. And this looks like the longest song on the album at 3 minutes and 40 seconds. Here we go. Ooh, a little bit of guitar.
If only I could give more. If only I could mediate the discourse. I've been lonely ever since I was a little boy. It's only so much I could do with this voice. This shit is peak, I've seen an avalanche. Hard to leave you as you are, knowing that I'll advance. Having boundaries doesn't mean that I ran.
Yeah.
Shedding tears don't make me less of a man.
Yeah.
Pursue a life in your honor. You never words of blame, we felt the rain in your karma. Shields and armor, your words still harm us. Feels to harness, regardless, it's all love. When you playing your guitar, when you stare blank, the repetition of your name, fear in my face. Smoke cloudy up the room, stay up real late. Just wanna know that you're okay. I'm sorry I ain't called back, but sometimes I take a moment just to fall back. I take it all in.
I like that.
When you cried in front of me, I saw a man. I know that parenting didn't go as you planned, but we gon' be okay as long as you around. Seeing you smile means more to me now. I don't remember you kissing my mother as a child. I'm just trying to make you proud. I chose you when you made me. Smoke fill the whole room. Now that I can see, I love to hold you. I love to hold me. I love to hold you. I love to hold me. I wish that I could hold you. I know you lonely.
Interesting. I almost want to break this apart into two. Let's do that. So there's still 2 minutes left, but we're going to pause. We're going to go through this first verse. Just to really try and soak in this context here. It sounds like he's talking about his dad. If only I could give more. If only I could mediate the discourse. And initially I didn't really know what that meant, but as we go through this, I think Navy Blue is talking about mediate the discourse between probably his mom and his dad. So keep that in mind. I've been lonely ever since I was a little boy. It's only so much I could do with this voice. This shit is peak. I've seen an avalanche. Hard to leave you as you knowing. It's hard to leave you as you are knowing that I'll advance. I feel like that might be a typo too. Having boundaries doesn't mean that I ran. Shedding tears doesn't make me less of a man. Pursue a life in your honor. You never were to blame. We felt the rain in your karma. Shields and armor, your words still harm us. Feels the harness regardless, it's all love. When you're playing your guitar, when you stare blank, the repetition of your name, fear in my face. Smoke cloudy up the room, stay up real late, just want to know that you're okay. I'm sorry I ain't call back, but sometimes I take a moment just to fall back. I take it all in. When you cried in front of me, I saw a man. I know that parenting didn't go as you planned. But we're going to be okay as long as you're around. Seeing you smile means more to me now. I don't remember you kissing my mother as a child. I'm just trying to make you proud. I chose you when you made me. Smoke fill the whole room, now that I can see. I love the whole you, I love the whole me, I love the whole you, I love the whole me. Again, repetition. I think this is specific. I think it's intentional. These moments of lyrical repetition. I wish that I could hold you. I know that you're lonely. All right. Now we'll roll into part 2. Which is a very different tone, production-wise as well.
If only I could know the truth. If only I could be the perfect son to you. As I get older and get a little more sober, I hold space but I don't seek closure. They say the beauty in the eye of the beholder. I grew up fast, I wish my childhood was slower. Was busy worried about the reapers and the sowers. I felt the weakest as the weeper and the knower. I kept my secrets in the box and couldn't lock it. The place I buried it is where I had to blossom. All the places I've been, where I am is new. The voice of fear, the quietin, Leviathan and root. Like horsehair on violins, the violence pursues, perturbs. I knew the feelings way too well, but couldn't find the words. Too busy digging for a purpose, had to find me first. Meet me where I stand. If only I could love you like you think I can. I had no love for me, I found relief in open hands. If only you could hold the space for me to be. It's only right for me to let my inner child dream. I remember when he almost lost me to the sea. You'll never lose me, I'm forever yours, honorably. Forever yours.
I don't think I'll be able to read it. Snams. Oh, fuck. Let's try. Let's try. Let's try. You know, you get into shit that's father, son. It hits. Ah. Let's try. Let's try. Let's try. I say let's try. And then I see the first words. And it's like, no. No, I can't do it. I can't. Yes, I can. Okay. Yes, I can. But man, it's hard. It's hard when it's a father-son perspective, man. It's hard. It just hits. It hits. It makes me happy for the situation I'm in, because I do have a good relationship. And it makes me sad for everybody else who doesn't. Oh, maybe I can't read it. Maybe I don't have to. I mean, it's pretty straightforward in terms of lyrics that we've heard today on this album. This is probably the most straightforward section. Yeah, I can't read it. Beautiful. I think Darth Vader's choking me right now. I've got a big old lump right here. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. I can't read it. I'll just start fucking crying like crazy through it. God damn. That was good. Really good. Yeah. Okay. That was good. That was really good. I'm gonna issue you a challenge when I'm done. I'll stop recording and everything, and I'll see if you can read it without crying. We'll issue a challenge. Fuck, man. Especially too, like the part 2. It hits so well at this point in the album, but the part 2 hits so hard after the part 1, and like with the production changing and everything, it's just really, really, really well done. Really well done. Okay, let's keep going. Yeah, I can't read it out loud. This is 11. It's called Illusions. It's Jason Wool and AK Blue Sky producing. Crazy picture. That's a big ass fucking vulture on that dude's shoulders. Here is 11 Illusions. This is turning out to be an incredible album. The first couple songs I was like, this is going to be so hard to understand. I'm not going to be able to get into it, but I'm really enjoying this now. This already
Life
sounds
is full
beautiful
of ups
too.
and downs. That specific type of low, but I just can't allow. In the face of what I mask, will make my father proud. Then I was graced with such a task to honor what I found. Looking high and low when I was high and low. In that chamber of loss, a promise hollow. Sparring with dangerous thoughts, I can't silo. Just trying to be a good shepherd, do you follow? The aim of every day was getting by, adios. I was greeted by my wrath and pride on the ropes. Negative energy metastasizes when alone. Set the tone, my karmic debt to serve a certain role. There's plenty left for me that I deserve to hone. A lovely melody, a hug from someone who is home. Child of destiny, my recipe is known. Council of heavenly souls that I was told got my back through it all, through the heat, through the cold. This type of soft clay I can't mold. It takes shape in the ways that I can't hold. Typically it's hard to see how much he grown. Headstone to birthstone. From the urn to learning on the next go. I was taught to clean house and search soul. On your mark, get ready, set, go.
God, this is
Headstone
beautiful too,
to
man.
birthstone.
Beautiful song.
From the urn to
Production.
learning on the next go. I was taught to clean house and search soul. On your mark, get ready, set, go. Get ready, set, go. On your mark, get ready, set, go. Get ready, set, go. On your mark, ready, get set, free.
I really like Illusions too. What a kick-ass album, man. Kick-ass album. Let's go through these lyrics. Life is full of ups and downs, that specific type of low that I just can't allow. In the face of what I mask will make my father proud. In the face of what I mask. In the face of what I mask will make my father proud. That could go a lot of different ways. I feel like it could be, is it the mask that he wears that makes his father proud? Is it him facing the mask that makes his father proud? I don't know. That I was graced with such a task to honor what I found. Looking high and low when I was high and low in that chamber of loss, a promise hollow. Sparring with dangerous thoughts I can't silo. Love that line. Because silos are for storage. And dangerous thoughts, I just can't put them away, right? They're just active. They're out. They're moving around. I can't put them away. So I'm just fighting these things. Just trying to be a good shepherd. Do you follow? That's pretty good. A little cheesy there, but good job. The aim of every day was getting by. Adios. I was greeted by my wrath and pride on the ropes. Negative. This is a great line too, man. This one's so good. Negative energy metastasizes when alone. That's a fucking great line. Set the tone, my karmic debt to serve a certain role. There's plenty left in me that I deserve to hone. A lovely melody, a hug from someone who is home. Child of destiny, my recipe is known. I gotta slow down a little bit. Council of heavenly souls that I was told got my back. Through it all, through the heat, through the cold. This type of soft clay I can't mold. It takes shapes in the ways that I can't hold. Typically, it's hard to see how much we've grown. From headstone to birthstone, from the urn to learning on the next go, I was taught to clean house and search soul. On your mark, get ready, set, go. And then he repeats that, and then the last line, on your mark, ready, get set, free. I'm loving this. I gotta say, I said this earlier, but I was kind of talking over the music, so I didn't elaborate. But first couple songs in, it's cool and it's different. It's very challenging lyrically, but I was thinking, God, is this whole thing gonna be like this? And I remember mentioning, I don't know, song 3 or 4, where I said I had like some starting ideas that were beginning to coalesce, and I was hoping the album would really kind of coalesce. It's doing that. It really is doing that. I feel like if you didn't take the time to really sift through the lyrics, it probably wouldn't click as much. Maybe it does. Maybe it's one of those things too where as you listen to it more and more, it just starts to soak in. But this album is really, really shaping up into something special. It really is. Yeah, good shit. Good shit. Let's keep going. Track 12 is called, is this 12? Yeah, 24 Gospel. It's featuring Earl Sweatshirt. The producer is Animos. Drop it into 12, 24 Gospel.
All the moments spent crying, I was meant to laugh. The past don't hurt as much as it did. I'm intact, honorable syntax. Just trying to cope, I had a head full of smoke and a stomach where the gin sat. Imagine if I didn't rap. I'm grateful for the gift of gab. Articulate the break, then let a wave crash. The place I put my pain at, the place I let it rain at. Where the fleeting feelings ain't facts. This a transmutation of a sane man, flying through the outer realm and praying for a safe landing. My kind of grace candid and sage managed to make it out alive and live a life of great standards. My head's spinning like a break dancer.
I like this one. This is
With all my
almost more
problems in
conventional
question,
here.
I got the same answers. I meandered, the path zigzagging like a jack-o'-lantern. My inner light relying on my candor. To make the expedition, got a plan first. I had the premonitions, gripping grimace till my hands hurt. All that petty banter, when I was busy kicking cans. Young black, gifted like the Panthers.
I like this one.
Past life regressions at a glance. I speak the language of the heart. Those who seek it understand. I trust that where I'm meant to be is where I am. Spirit led me through the ash and left impressions in the sand.
Swift on my toes, stick with me. Pick up the tempo and pulse, the ninja blender, spin them until they pulp. Unfiltered, the Brita broken. Bruh better at how the cup spilling. This missus won't give up a goal. Tough titty to hold, it took a toll on the mental to never switch up but still want different results. Sisyphus lifting the load, it's a slippery slope. The boulder big and wide, aloha me goodbye and hello. Then Lizzie, the boys back in town, the villagers know.
The boys
Sin
back
City
in town.
local, kiss the ground, I've been it before. Sitting pretty, I'm the one who manufactured the storm. Advantage me, I broke the tie, we had to move on. Answer me please, I had his Baba, cast me the stone. The animal ain't screaming, we slashed him, my daddy went home. Snatched out of sleep, shattered dreams, crashed in the morning. Gotta keep it brief, the liturgy, it had to be poems.
We don't read and write poetry because it's cute. We read and write poetry because we are members of the human race. And the human race is filled with passion. Medicine, law, business, engineering, these are noble pursuits and necessary to sustain life. But poetry, beauty, romance, love, these are what we stay alive for.
Yeah, great sample. Is that Dead Poet Society? I haven't seen that forever. I should watch that again. 24 Gospel. Man, you guys, I am on a 9-track run for Hearts. I think I was kind of just thrown off at the beginning. I wasn't prepared, but I am falling in love with this album. I feel like this is kind of like the mainstream hit of the album, you know? It's probably the most conventional. All the moments spent crying, I was meant to laugh. The past don't hurt as much as it did. I'm intact. Dishonorable syntax, just trying to cope. I had a head full of smoke and a stomach where the gin sat. Imagine if I didn't rap. I'm grateful for the gift of gab. Articulate the break, then let a wave crash, then the place I put my pain at, the place I let it rain at, where the fleeting feelings ain't facts. Where the fleeting feelings ain't facts. The fleeting feelings ain't facts. This a transmutation of a sane man, flying through the outer realm and praying for a safe landing. My kind of grace candid and sage managed to make it out alive and live a life of great standards. My head spinning like a breakdancer with all my problems in question. I got the same answers. I meander, the path zigzagging like a jack-o'-lantern. My inner light relying on my candor. To make the expedition, got a plan first. I had the premonitions, gripping grimace till my hands hurt. All that petty banter when I was busy kicking cans. Young, black, gifted like the Panthers, past life regressions at a glance. I speak the language of the heart. Those who seek it understand. I trust it. Where I'm meant to be is where I am. Spirit led me through the ash and left impressions in the sand. Fucking cool, man. Earl Sweatshirt. I'm growing on Earl Sweatshirt too. I've never been a huge fan. Really, it's more so with Earl Sweatshirt. It's not that I dislike him or anything like that, but there are people who are massive Earl fans, and I've never really like understood that. I've just never really like got there for some reason. But he's definitely been growing on me as I hear more of his stuff. Swift on my toes, stick with me, pick up the tempo and pulls. The Ninja Blender, spin them until they pulp. Unfiltered, the Brita's broken. Bruh Bitter had a cup spilling. His missus won't give up or go. Tough titty the hole. It took a toll on a mental to never switch up, but still want different results. Oh, fuck. I like this too. Sisyphus. So this is like the Greek story. Basically, the guy who's trying to push the rock to the top of the hill, and if he gets there, he can get out of hell or something, but the rock always falls. He'll never get out. Anyway. Sisyphus lifting a load. It's a slippery slope. The boulder big and wide. Aloha, I mean goodbye and hello. Thin Lizzy, the boys back in town, the villagers know. So that's the song, Boys Back in Town. Sin City Local, kiss the ground. I've been here before, sitting pretty. I'm the one who manufactured the storm. Advantage me, I broke the tie, we had to move on. Answer me, please, I had his Baba cast me the stone. I don't know. The animal ain't screaming, we slashed him. My daddy went home, snatched out of sleep, shattered dreams, they crash in the morning. Gotta keep it brief, the liturgy, it had to be poems. So is that when his dad dies? Did his dad pass away? Maybe not. That's a long annotation. I'm not going to read it. I'm wrong. I'm wrong. We'll leave it at that. That's that. Somebody should put an annotation. Bob is wrong. And then done. And then we'll know. Oh, okay, I was wrong. Let's go to 13. Here and Now, produced by Navy Blue. Dropping into 13. This is another short one, 2 minutes. Wow, really going at it with the piano.
This pain of mine is where my day resides. I make my case in point. Rest my head upon my woman's chest. At peace, I've made a choice. A life of toil in my voice. My nights compile full of joy. I like to smile, I laugh and weep. I gasp beneath the roaring waves. Swore to change upon a mere arrival of my orbit's reign. I can't afford the blame. I can't afford to live in vain. To feel the force within my veins. My present blessing is a flame that lit my way. It kept me warm when I was warned of disarray. This is today, this is tomorrow. This is rage and this is sorrow. Yeah. This is gratitude and rest. The living breath of Uncle Carl.
Nice.
More to grieve and more to be. It's more of me for you to borrow. I believe I have the means to casually live how I wanna. I can dream and be awake and see the day that my dear father is okay. And I give thanks for giving thanks, that's how I'm brought up. Pray my brothers keep away from smoking drink. We going farther, starting crystal is my heaven. Know them lessons are the marvel, teach me life while I have this life. And bless my metal carp who hold the knife and strip away the stain. We chisel in the marble for a frame to give itself a name and seek to be a part of. I am sage, I am one who prays. Treasure what my heart does. What my heart does.
Lyrical repetition.
Treasure what my heart does.
Huh. I like that one too. It's gonna be hard from here on out. The whole way through. I want to see how it dumps into 14. It sounds like it's building up a transition.
When it's the end.
So that's the beginning of 14 right there. You know, this one, the production is almost like with the piano doing what it's doing, very much kind of like a celebration, right? This pain of mine is where my day resides. I make my case in point. Rest my head upon my woman's chest. A peace, I've made a choice. A life of toil in my voice, my nights compile full of joy. I like to smile and laugh and weep. I gasp beneath the roaring waves. Swore to change upon the mere arrival of my orbit's reign. I can't afford the blame. I can't afford to live in vain, to feel the force within my veins. My present blessing is a flame. It lit my way. It kept me warm when I was warned of disarray. This is today, this is tomorrow, this is rage, and this is sorrow. This is gratitude and rest, the living breath of Uncle Carl. I love that. Love that. Especially since, it kind of built up to this. That was great. More to grieve, more to be. There's more of me for you to borrow. I believe I have the means to casually live how I wanna. I can dream and be awake and see the day that my dear father is okay. And I give thanks for giving thanks. That's how I'm brought up. Pray my brothers keep away from smoke and drink. We're going farther. I think it's question here, like whoever wrote the lyrics doesn't know what he said, but I think it was like stars and crystals is my heaven. Know them lessons are to marvel. Teach me life while I have this life and bless my metacarpal. I don't know what the fuck that means. Hold the knife and strip away the stain with chiseling the marble for a frame to give itself a name and seek to be a part of. I am sage. I am one who prays. Treasure what my heart does. Treasure what my heart does. And this is great because the song is called Here and Now, and it's just we've really have gone through this whole journey, and I'm liking how the album is structured lyrically because initially it's very fucking confusing. Lyrically, the way it's being written is really, really, really hard to understand. But as we've approached the end of this album, the end of this journey, the lyrics have become easier to digest. They're a little bit more straightforward. They're less confusing. And I feel like this is very intentional. And I think it's brilliant because it's just like the emotional, mental mess is slowly being untangled. Realization is being attained. Panic is going away. Peace is setting in. He's accepting who, he's just, that whole evolution is happening in this album, which is fucking great. And to just say, treasure what my heart does. Stop fighting how I feel and just let it be. Let it be. This is cool, man. Very cool. I can see why so many people have been praising this album. Let's keep going. Only three more songs. This one's called Soul Investments. It is track 14. The producer is Seb Bash. Dropping it into 14. Soul Investments.
When it's 3 a.m. in LA, trying to sleep, but sleeping just won't come.
I can see my father and his sons and daughters. It was us who built this bridge above the troubled water. Chinks in my armor, I'm just speaking honestly. I seen the world how I wanted, not how it's gotta be. I give a lot of me. I'm soul investing many lives, but not a soul in question. My sole intention was to fit the sun within a crescent. Passive aggression, I won't fold under this full court pressure. I shook it up like I was etch-a-sketching. I was the only one that kept me from where I was headed.
Good line.
Resembling of my effervescence. I wrote this one for whoever gets it. I speak my piece and then I make my exit. I move discreet and just beneath it was a simple treasure. If I know that I got more to gain, why am I okay with keeping lesser? My little sister out for change, I pray the heavens bless her, I support her. I've lived a quarter of my short 100 years. I love the rest of it, exploring what I fear. This shit is cumbersome, tumbling. Life what I revere, I am my mother's son. Shining like the moon when she appeared, I couldn't.
Oh, brilliant. Brilliant. Letting the sample cover that part. That was great.
Trying to sleep, but sleeping just won't come. Hope that I will have leeway. Keep my eyes closed until the night is gone.
I remember when she took her first breath. I remember when every single feeling was suppressed. Played the middleman since a little man. I was blessed. I will live again. I will give again and again. At a simple glance, when I feel attacked, I project my predicament. I am still intact in the flesh. The omnipotent gave me such a life to protect. I get teary-eyed thinking about when I was in the depths of what isn't mine. Visions I provide with effect. Couldn't sit inside, had to let them fly. I select who and what I'm giving time. My peace of mind is what I'm left with. Let's get back in touch with God or the source that we step with. Mama struck a chord when she told me I was destined to settle all my debts and connect with my twin up in heaven.
Yeah, that's another good one. Again, I feel like he's talking about things from his life I'm just not aware of. And so I want to assume certain things, but at the same time, I don't, you know? I can see my father and his sons and daughters. It was us who built this bridge over the troubled water. Chinks in my armor, I'm just speaking honestly. I seen the world how I wanted, not how it's gotta be. I like that too. I give a lot of me. I've soul invested many lives, but not a soul in question. My sole intention was to fit the sun within a crescent. Passive aggression, I won't fold under this full court pressure. I shook it up like I was etch-a-sketching. I was the only one that kept me from where I was headed. Great line right there. Resembling of my effervescence, I wrote this one for whoever gets it. I speak my piece and then I make my exit. I move discreet and just beneath, it was a simple treasure. If I know that I got more to gain, why am I okay with keeping lesser? My little sister's out for change. I pray the heavens bless her. I support her. I've lived a quarter of my short 100 years. I love the rest of it, exploring what I fear. This shit is cumbersome, tumbling, life without revere. I am my mother's son, shining like the moon when she appear. Oh, so I understand that because I listened to Mama's Gun, Erykah Badu. And I forget the like theology behind it, but it was all about the sun and the moon reflecting each other or whatever. Anyway, I actually can pick up on that. I couldn't tell you what to do. And I love that they used the sample to finish out that line. Tell you what to do. This part, I don't know what this is about. I don't know. I should say I don't know who it is about. I remember when she took her first breath. I remember when every single feeling was suppressed. Played the middleman since a little man. I was blessed. I will live again. I will give again and again. Not a simple glance when I feel attacked. I project my predicament. I am still intact in the flesh. The omnipotent gave me such a life to protect. So I feel like he's talking about a daughter here.
He was talking about a sister earlier.
Or a sister. It could be his sister. It could be his daughter. Who knows? I get teary-eyed thinking about when I was in the depths of what isn't mine. Visions I provide with effect. Couldn't sit inside. Had to let them fly. I select who and what I'm giving time. My peace of mind is what I'm left with. Let's get back in touch with God, or the source that we step with. Mama struck a chord when she told me I was destined to settle all my debts and connect with my twin up in heaven. So I wonder... Yeah, I don't know. I want to make all these assumptions, but I don't know. I don't want to say anything because they are just assumptions. I'm just guessing. But talking about his sister, talking about a twin up in heaven, talking about, I remember when she took her first breath, sister, daughter, talking about mom a little bit. So I don't know. Interesting song. The song's called Soul Investments. I don't know. I love the use of the sample on that one, though. Good shit. Let's keep going. This is 15. It's called Sharing Life. Producer is Navy Blue. Dropping into 15. Here we go. Already like this one. Yeah, this already gets a heart. Not a word has been spoken, and it already gets a heart.
Let me paint a picture. Came about the water like the flame will flicker. Me and my 3 sisters brew the truth elixir. Slip away through blues, my tainted hue is Christmas. Where the sun will die and rise from out the tomb, acquitted, destitute and finished, reflecting his reclusive image. Held me to the light, tones that slaps the light. Eyes below the quinto height, reaching for the sky, my consciousness ignites. Fingers touch the hide, my father to my right. He put me in the bed and kissed my head goodnight. I guess my present is an afterlife. My saddest nights are cherished, I was terrified. Shame and guilt embarrassed, didn't wear a smile. My heart just couldn't bear despair, ain't paralyzed. My thoughts are lost and fear of mine. There I found me, seeking meaning at my cherished boundaries. My parents wrapped their love and care around me. I went through hell so I could share about me, share about grief. When it was terror around me, sharing my peace and sharing life profoundly. Sharing my peace and sharing
Lyrical
life
repetition.
profoundly.
Again.
I'm running free, where I lost myself and found my feet. Without a doubt, I will surmount defeat. And when the blood flows, the pen leaks. Bless the griever, let our souls speak. I'm running free, where I lost myself and found my feet. Without a doubt, I will surmount defeat. And when the blood flows, the pen leaks. Every memory of gold, forever hold them closely. The sky is not where spirit fly and roam free. The sun sets within the moon's reach. The spirit is alive, praise your heavenly undying energy. I must admit that sometimes it don't make sense to me. I never questioned what was meant to be. Spirit is alive, praise your heavenly undying energy. I must admit that sometimes it don't make sense to me. Never question what was
What a
meant
cool
to be.
fucking album. What a cool album. Yeah. Yeah. Let me paint a picture. It came about the water like the flaming flicker. Me and my 3 sisters brew the truth elixir, slip away through blues, my tainted hues, Christmas. What if some will die and rise from out the tomb, acquitted, destitute and finished, reflecting his reclusive image? Held me to the light, tones his laugh, delight, eyes below the quinto height. Reaching for the sky, my consciousness ignites. Fingers touch the hide, my father to my right. He put me in the bed and kissed my head goodnight. I guess my present is an afterlife. My saddest nights are cherished. I was terrified. Shame and guilt embarrassed, didn't wear a smile. My heart just couldn't bear despair. They paralyzed my thoughts of loss and fear of mind. There I found me seeking meaning of my cherished boundaries. My parents wrapped their love and care around me. I went through hell so I could share about me, share about grief. When it was terror around me, sharing my peace and sharing life profoundly, sharing my peace and sharing life profoundly. This bit, my saddest nights are cherished. I was terrified. And this whole, I guess my present, where was it? I guess my present is an afterlife. It's kind of an interesting, I feel like he's saying, you know, he's kind of remembering his childhood in a fond way now, even though at the time it was not fond, which is interesting. I don't know. But also, maybe it's not so much he's remembered it in a fond way now, but more so that he can take his experience and, like he's talking about, and sharing life profoundly, sharing my peace, sharing life profoundly. Like he wouldn't be able to do that if it had not had happened. And so because it happened and because he can share his peace and his method of finding peace from that, He now cherishes what happened because it's something he can move forward and give to others. Maybe. I mean, he's certainly sharing his life, and he certainly gives the impression of someone who wants to help others. He's said so. I'm running free where I lost myself. I found my feet. Without a doubt, I will surmount defeat. And when the blood flows, the pen leaks. Bless the griever. Let our souls speak. I'm running free where I lost myself. I found my feet. Without a doubt, I will surmount defeat. The sky is not where spirit fly and roam free. The sun sets within the moon's reach. The spirit is alive. Praise your heavenly, undying energy. I must admit that sometimes it don't make sense to me. I never questioned what was meant to be. Spirit is alive. Praise your heavenly... Yeah. Huh. Yeah, what's cool too with this is there is an air of we're wrapping it up. We're wrapping it up. So there's one more song for this album. It's called The Phoenix, of course. Of course. Produced by Navy Blue and I'll say Mejuan. It is 3.5 minutes. Track 16, dropping in to The Phoenix.
To live and die, to rise again, the phoenix mitosis. The way I split myself in two, the water moving Moses. My needs and what I wanted was a life I wasn't promised. I was hopeless. It made the most of something called growth. This life is all open. The cold wind was bone chilling, frozen in a moment. Amen, the omen. They met me at the intersection, legions on the low end. The sacred heights to lean into. We went the distance. When I couldn't speak a word, spirit told me write a sentence. My senses were all shot, my alternate dimension. Past, present, future tripping, plaguing my ascension. The tension was pressure, finna pop in all direction. Ain't no shadow without light, and out the dark I'm reinvented. My pops say I'm a 9 of clubs, completion is progression. Embarking on journeys taught me I'm worthy of affection. Well, all of my worries leave me, I'm fiending for connection. I'm on my way to 30 like I'm certainly protected. Meet me at the nexus. Tomorrow isn't promised, but I'm sure this next step is blessings. And failure mean you're learning life lessons. It's precious. It takes time cleaning up the messes. The message for you and the messenger, whoever. Complexity rebuked, or take the easy route to heaven. Got a pot of stone soup on the fire for my brethren. My life forever changed in 2002. I lost my brother, but I'm grateful to have found a few. And hurt people do recover if they face the truth. What's the root? From there I blossomed to awake anew. I grew up in a cramped environment, but learned to love the women in my life. It's like I only known I heard a hug. For every time that I caught fire and my father saw me burning up. In situations dire, I preferred to run further from it. When I was farthest from myself, I ain't deserved to plummet. Now I sit with feelings felt, I don't revert to numb it. Be conscious of what you give, be careful what you summon. Bread in mama ribs, I heard the universe humming. And spirit spoke a name, Sage. Didn't know it was my own till I became it. Raining, pouring, Atreyu and the Orin. The never-ending story of the sword.
I was say Atreyu is the dog, right? Or the horse from Neverending Story that dies in that swamp of sorrow or something, the mud.
I spent too much of my lifetime warring. Put the sword down and the shield. I'm here now. It's time to heal.
I like this just kind of empty wind blowing. To live and die and rise again, the phoenix mitosis, the way I split myself in two, The water-moving Moses. My needs and what I wanted was a life I wasn't promised. I was hopeless and made the most of something called growth. This life is all open. The cold wind was bone-chilling, which makes sense hearing that part now after the end of the song. Frozen in the moment, amen to the omen. Then met me at the intersection, lesions on the low end, the sacred height to lean into. We went the distance. When I couldn't speak a word, Spirit told me, write a sentence. My senses were all shot, my alternate dimension, past, present, future, tripping, plaguing my ascension. The tension was pressure, finna to pop in all direction. Ain't no shadow without light, not the dark. I'm reinvented. My pops say I'm a 9 of clubs. Completion is a progression. I don't know the 9 of clubs part. I don't get that. Embarking on journeys taught me I'm worthy of affection. God, man. That's just, jeez. Some of you guys out there. I just feel sorry for people who don't feel like they're worthy of affection. Will all of my worries leave me? I'm fiending for a connection. I'm on my way to 30, like I'm certainly protected. Meet me at the nexus. Tomorrow isn't promised, but I'm sure this next step is. Blessings and failure mean you're learning life lessons. It's precious, takes time, cleaning up the messes. The message for you and the messenger, whoever, complexity rebuked, I'll take the easy route to heaven. Got a pot of stone soup on the fire for my brethren. My life forever changed in 2002. I lost my brother, but I'm grateful to have found a few. And hurt people do recover if they face the truth. What's the root? From there, I blossom to awaken anew. I grew up in a cramped environment, but learned to love the women in my life. It's like I only known the hurt and hug. For every time that I caught fire, my father saw me burning up in situations dire. I prefer to run further from it. When I was farthest from myself, I ain't deserved to plummet. Now I sit with feelings felt. I don't revert to numbing. Love that line. I sit with feelings felt. I don't revert to numbing. You have to process the feelings. You have to. Be conscious of what you give. Be careful what you summon. Bred in mama's ribs, I heard the universe humming. The spirit spoke a name, Sage. Didn't know it was my own until I became it. Rainin', pourin', Atreyu in the Orin. The never-ending story of the sword and the soaring. Spent too much of my lifetime warring. Put the sword down and the shield. I'm here now. It's time to heal. Dude. Dude. What a fucking album, man. What an album. What a journey. Fuck. That took some effort. I'm so glad I put in that effort. You know, and going into this year with the channel and everything and wanting to find more and get into the underground more. It's tough because, you know, the whole point of a reaction channel, for the most part, is to react to things people have heard. Right? And when you get into the underground and people don't listen to that shit, well, then there's no reason to watch a reaction because I don't know what the fuck you're listening to begin with, right? Now, I do like the idea, and it is happening a little bit, that some of you are doing this with me, right? So it's not so much a reaction, but you're listening to the album for the first time yourself with me, and that's cool too. I like that. But this is why I want to dig around in the underground. And it's not like it's all like this, but you just can't, you don't get shit like this with a lot of the mainstream big name artists. You know, Kendrick can pull it off a little bit, but even he has to be careful with how he does it, because he does a good job of making stuff that's going to be, you know, big on a commercial scale, I suppose. And it's not like this can't be big on a commercial scale, but for whatever reason, these things, they just never really seem to blow up, it seems like. I don't know. But man, what an album. It's so well written. Navy Blue did such a great job of writing this. And I can't, it must have been so hard to write this. But the way it's written, both each song and the lyrics within the songs, but how the arc of the album goes, how it unfolds. And you go from these very complicated, confusing thoughts and ideas and sayings, and slowly but gradually, things start to click into place, and it makes more sense, and it opens up, and it's more straightforward, and it really does feel like the mind and the heart kind of coming to terms with its own self and finding peace and finding acceptance and clarity and all those things. Yeah, man. And what a brilliant way to weave in the title of the album by putting it at the very end. The never-ending story of the sword and the soaring. Spent too much of my lifetime warring. Put the sword down and the shield. I'm here now. It's time to heal. Good shit. 2 hours and 10 minutes. Oh, shit. Worth it. Worth it. Absolutely worth it. Yeah. I'm tempted to tell my wife, okay, come sit here in front of the camera, but I'm not going to record her. But I want her to listen to that song and read the lyrics of what I couldn't read to see if she can get through it without crying. You ready to do some crying? Off camera. I'm not going to record you. You ready? It's time. It's time, everybody. That wonderful time where I get to make my wife cry. I am a monster. Navy Blue is brilliant. Brilliant. Great fucking album. Took a while for me to get it. Took a couple songs. Took a little while for me to start to get it. But man, once it starts to click, it fucking clicks. Good shit. All right, y'all. Take care. We'll see you soon.